Doom 2 Master Levels is an official add-on just a year after Doom 2. It is a map pack endorsed and signed off on by id Software, although no one at id actually created any of the maps. It is merely a collection of various fan-made levels, and they do not even run consecutively as a campaign, but you get an exclusive DOS menu program to select through the levels in alphabetical order. As the name suggests, these are maps that are intended to challenge you and for people who have beaten all the previous Doom content. The maps selected here vary by a few various different authors, names like Kristen Cly, Jim Flynn, Dr. Sleep, and more famous people such as a few maps by Tim Willits, among others. The maps are ordered alphabetically in the menu, so that's the way I played through them. The maps on offer here vary from standard fare military bases that you'd find in the original game, or maps like Attack.wad and Nessus.wad and Catwalk.wad. Many of these levels are just average romps through familiar looking bases and outdoors sections, and a fair bit of them aren't even all that challenging or interesting. Especially a good handful of the maps just come across as amateur with the texture work and lighting, but they are okay to play through at least. Really though, Master Levels falls short as an add-on, simply because many of the levels are either just average, amateur but playable, mediocre, or downright awful. Take a level such as Mephisto.wad. It's an absolute onslaught of clusterfuck enemies spawning all around you in an outdoor section. While it is kind of fun to dodge the Revenant's rockets, the level expects you to do all sorts of gimmicks to progress. Once you get past the initial outside area, you're inside this arena where enemies keep spawning all around you, and you have to survive the assault, and then walls open up where you can get keys to go back outside, and then try to climb up to the tower to shoot rockets in the head on the wall, which is like the ending of Doom 2. But the whole thing is thrown together in a frustrating and clunky way that is just no fun at all, with bullshit spawns all around you, and it makes no intuitive sense how you're supposed to progress through it. Take another map like Manor.wad. While it looks cool, it's this fortress and outdoors area. The layout is so unintuitive with mandatory keys being hidden behind walls, platforming sections, hidden switches, hidden triggers, that it makes it no fun to play after a certain point. Many of the maps are like this in the Master Levels. You have the more gimmicky novelty maps, such as the infamous Teeth.wad, the Express Elevator to Hell. This is a giant elevator that bounces you up and down, that has 8 different floors you can jump off at. Each floor needs to be unlocked by exploring the previous one. But this level is just a nightmare to get through, in a bad way. For one thing, it's nauseating constantly riding up and down this elevator, and there are enemies spawning constantly, even spawning behind you randomly. It really is just a trial and error bullshit map, where you have to memorize enemy placements. There's no way you will do it on your initial attempt. There's so many stupid sections, like one part where you have to ride a pillar up, only to be surrounded by demons at the top, and you get shot while you're moving upwards. There's basically nothing you can do to avoid damage. I did like the jump scare at the end of the level. You go to hit the exit, and an archvile appears, and it's a fake exit, and you frantically run around hitting switches to open the real exit. Sure, the map has blood-pumping sections and does provide a real challenge, but it doesn't make up for the multiple annoying design choices. There's really only a few maps I thought were great. Blackcastle.wad is this gigantic castle where you climb up and up and up, with stunning medieval architecture and texture work, with a great variety in monster encounters and unique sections, and multiple epic arena battles with exciting use of enemy placements, like the room with the archvile spawns. Then you go through a teleporter and get a god mode to deal with them. And then later on there's a section that is like another survival arena that slowly spawns waves of every monster in the game, including Spider Mastermind and eventually the Cyber Demon. Then you get a key and go all the way back down to the beginning of the castle, with new enemies spawning as you go down, to reach the final exit. The only weird part of this map is at the final exit you jump into a pool of lava and you need a red key that is easily missed to unlock the exit door. But if you happen to die in this pit, it makes you succeed the level anyway. Odd choice. Other levels I thought were great are Paradox.wad. This is a more typical indoors/outdoors base, but it's just done very well. Fair and intense challenge and good usage of monsters, with no bullshit key placements. Everything just makes sense. The only thing is the texture work is a bit dull. Another map I thought was great is Minos.wad. This is like a demonic spooky castle, with great lighting and lots of dark areas with good texture work and interesting architecture. Its ammo and pickups are sparse but well placed, a good challenge. But sadly, all the rest of the maps are mostly a mixture of trash due to awful key placements, like behind fucking invisible platforms. I'm looking at you, Vesperes.wad. That was stupid. Or due to stupid gimmicky levels with mandatory hidden walls to progress, or randomly shooting certain walls to open a passage, or just being really amateur looking and not too exciting. It's also weird how it's just a map pack of random maps slammed together with no coherence or consistency in pacing. I'd much rather a solid pieced together campaign than just random maps id Software happen to approve of. It seems more like a cash grab than a real solid product. Here is a list of all of the maps and my individual ratings for them. If you average all of these ratings with a calculator, it turns out to be 6 out of 10 overall. Not great. So I'll take that 6/10, then couple it with my additional gripes and annoyances, and I'm just going to say it's a pretty mediocre map pack with a few gems but mostly shit maps or meh maps. 5 out of 10.